What is going on, guys? Ultimate Deadpool here, and I'm back with another NECA. Please tell me what that means in the comments below. Uh, Toy review, and this is Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3: Dream Warriors. So, again, before we actually get started, if you have any problems with these characters, please do not watch this video. Because I don't want angry comments from parents saying that their child had nightmares. And since Freddy Krueger is the king of nightmares, let's just avoid all of that kind of problems. So, without further ado, box work just like Michael Myers. Really good box work. I love the way that they used the actual figure to make the pictures, at least on the front. Oh, and the back. That's pretty cool. They got the last of the Elm Street kids are now psychopathic, blah, 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 blah. Really nice little work art or box art. Again, I love that they use the actual figure and pieces from this kit, I guess you could say, to make up most of the work. The only thing that they did is they used the actual movies disc or VCH or VHS cover for the actual front of the cover. But the rest of it is all done by the toy, which I think, or action figure, which I think is really great. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up Freddy. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you guys might know this, but Freddy Krueger is actually one of my favorite horror movie characters, if not my favorite horror movie character. Just because I've always liked the idea of the character. So let's go ahead and pull out the figure. I'm going to do this off camera. Alright, Freddy is out of the box, and I will say this. This one is hands down a little bit harder to stand up than Michael. I don't know if it's the clothing pattern that, Freddy has versus Michael's. But for some reason, Freddy has a hard time standing up by himself. So I might look into getting one of those plastic stands or whatever that these things are able to go on. Whoops, and I just dropped Freddy. So, real quick, I have to give a huge shout out to whoever made this. The detail work on these things are just phenomenal. This looks exactly like Robert Englund from the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. The glove work, well, it is simplified, still looks, really, really cool. They even went as far as putting in the finger details underneath the glove, and you're not going to see that depending on, the angle that you have the guy, Freddy Krueger, posed. And then his left hand, I thought they were just going to leave it bare, and they didn't. They put as much detail as they possibly could into this figure. And I really do like that look. This is a real hands down. Even his shoes have a ridiculous amounts of detail. And you don't even see Freddy Krueger's feet. I mean, you might for a second, but it's not like they have a hardcore shot of Freddy's feet. And Michael's figure has just basic black boots. So I think I missed that in my video yesterday. He just has basic black shoes. But they're still very detailed. Freddy, on the other hand, has the actual rivet spots and everything else on his shoe. So, that's pretty cool. And it's nice that they incorporated a whole bunch of details like that in the figure this small. Because it's about 7 inches, just like Michael Myers. So, he does come with his classic fedora. So we're going to go ahead and pop that on. Now Freddy Krueger is complete. So, he comes with a couple of accessories. See, he's got the chest of souls. He's got the puppet Freddy. You've got another Freddy Krueger head with the cross burnt on his head. Then you have the syringe hands. Then you have the popsicle stick Elm Street house. Now, I'm not going to put on all of the accessories because I've read that Freddy's joints are actually a lot different than the regular ones. For instance, the head and the hands have like a ball on the end of the parts. And I don't want to risk breaking this figure because I really do like the look of this Freddy Krueger. I think it has a whole lot of detail. And yes, at some point I'm going to get Wes Craven's New Nightmares version of Freddy. Even though that's not actually Freddy, it's a demon entity. But what I will do is I will switch out the chest plates so that way you guys can see what he looks like with his chest of souls. So that's what he looks like with his chest of souls. Surprisingly, you have to like take half the figure apart to do this. Literally. That's the majority of the inside of it. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to normal. And this time is going to be done on camera, just so that way you can see what it looks like underneath. You have to literally take half the figure apart. Half the figure apart to switch out his shirts or chest plates or whatever you want to call them. So real quick, I want to get a look at this Elm Street house because, you know, again, I'm a huge Elm Street fan, have been for years. But this is honestly pretty good. For as small as this is hands down very good. It looks like popsicle sticks and paper mache, which is exactly what it was in the movie. And I think that whoever designed this or molded this did a very, very good job incorporating that on such a small scale. I'm sure there's a like 18 to 19 inch version of this character. I know there's a 7 or 1/4 scale Michael Myers from Halloween 2018, but I haven't seen a Freddy Krueger one. And then the Puppeteer Freddy, or Puppet Freddy, looks pretty good too. And again, he's only in the movie for about 5 seconds. But the amount of detail that they got out of this is just amazing. And what's cool is you can actually move Puppet Freddy's arms, which I didn't notice. And oh, you can move his head. I'll be damned. So his head can turn. His arms can move up and down. And that's about it. But again, this is just amazing. How the amount of detail that they were able to get on such a small scale. So props to whoever go to that. Or whoever did that. Props go to you. And then you got... I'm not going to take off the plastic. Whoop, never mind, it just fell. So you got the other Freddy Krueger head. He's got the cross on his head because, spoiler alert, in the movie, they find Freddy's bones and douse it in holy water, and that's what beats him in the movie. And then he's got the syringe fingers because one of the teenagers apparently used to do drugs, and he used that to his advantage. And it brings it to one of the most famous lines of the entire franchise, the "Let's Get High" scene. So, I'm going to cut off camera real quick and put this stuff back together, and we'll show you guys Michael and Freddy side by side. Okay, now that Michael and Freddy are standing side by side, Michael Myers is actually slightly taller than Freddy, which is funny because I did extensive research, and the first actor to play Michael Myers, his name was Nick Castle, is 5'10", and Robert Englund, the same person who played Freddy Krueger, is also 5'10", so I don't know why their figures are slightly different in sizes. I think most of it is just Freddy's hat, so we'll just take his hat off. So, nope, Michael is actually taller than Freddy, so that's kind of weird, but I don't know. I didn't make them, so I guess I can't really complain. But again, the amount of detail on these NECA figures are just outstanding. You know, I cannot believe they got so much detail on such small scales. Because both of these guys are around 7 inches tall. And that amount of detail that you get out of these things is just unbelievable. Granted, Michael has a little bit less detail than Freddy, but even then, all these intricate folds on his body just makes it stand out. You know, they even added the wrinkles on his you can't really see it. They added the wrinkles on his fingers. They added the freaking blood on his hands. They have the aging effects on the mask. They even have part of his neck showing. They even went as far as adding a shirt underneath the jumpsuit. Instead of bullshitting it and freaking making that part skin, they decided to add the shirt underneath the freaking jumpsuit. And I think all of this, craftsmanship type shit just makes these things even better. I mean, hell, look at Freddy's freaking head. The amount of detail that they added to these things is just unbelievable. So this is definitely going on my nerd wall. I'm actually going to start collecting this type of stuff. So if you guys like these kind of videos, please check out more of them. I'm probably going to start posting some of this stuff on Ultimate Deadpool Extras, even though that channel is pretty much dead because I haven't used it in like months. So, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot more with that channel since nobody's watching it. And I keep forgetting to put half the stuff I said I was going to on there. So, that's about it for this video. And before anybody asks this in the comments, no, I am not going to do a stop motion animation versus Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers. At least not with these two. Simply because I don't want them to break. Because I'm a huge collector. And these could be worth a lot of money in the future. And I want them to be as mint condition as possible. And I think if I were to change their hands and change their heads and change their designs and everything else, weapons, faces, chest plates, hands, wrists, whatever, I think that would eventually end up screwing them up. And I don't want to do that, considering these are actually collector edition stuff, or they're considered collectibles. But I don't want anything to happen to them. So what they're going to do is they're just going to sit on my nerd wall shelf. And I'll show you guys that in the future at some point in another video. So, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, and I will make sure to do more, even if you guys don't say that in the comments below. I'm still going to make these things, or these type of videos, for the people who do like watching those. So I'm sorry if you guys don't like watching videos like this. You don't have to click on it. But please don't leave hateful comments saying, why the hell are you doing these type of reviews? You should be doing this on a different channel. Well, I have another channel, but I don't use it. So anyway, more reviews like this are coming in the future. I do have a Part 3's Jason on the way. I don't know when that'll be, or when that'll be coming in. It says like the 24th and the 26th. So whenever that gets here, I will do a review on that figure as well. Till then, I will do another stop motion tomorrow. I was going to do one tonight, but then Freddy Krueger came in the mail, and I just had to do a review about him, since Freddy Krueger is by far one of my favorite horror movie characters. For those of you who don't know, my last stop motion Deadpool versus, I believe it was Jason, is actually the start of the Mad Max Deadpool miniseries. So I do have to get at least one part for some cars, and I'm going to upgrade all of them, and then Deadpool will actually be put in the Mad Max world. But for now, he's just going to be fighting random people from Rick until I get the Mad Max cars completely done. All of them are ready to go, except for some of them need a little bit more detail in some areas, but I can always start the series or continue with the series and then just have the characters upgrade the cars between shoots. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys all next time on Ultimate Deadpool. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys all later.